So Dairy Queen has come out with a really interesting new product called the Flight Tray. What is the Flight Tray? So as pictured online, the Flight Tray is a disc or a platter or a tray shaped object with 3 holes in it to fit 3 mini blizzards. It's an interesting concept because 3 mini blizzards, that's nothing that you couldn't order on your own from the regular menu at any time if you so chose. So what's different about this configuration? What makes this Flight Tray a unique and valuable product? Well, one of the initial things that seems to make this an interesting, desirable product is you can say as a consumer, wow, look at all these amazing products, all these different flavors of blizzards that they have on the menu. Maybe I don't know which one I want. Maybe I'd like to try a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I don't want to get stuck with just one. Well, with the Flight Tray, you can choose up to 3 different flavors, so you don't have to be limited to pick just one thing. But is this product a gimmick to try to boost sales a little bit, or does it bring real value to the market? Like I said, 3 mini blizzards, that's not something that you couldn't order on your own at any time if you so chose. So there's a lot of interesting angles here that I'm really excited to dive into, explore, and sort of discuss and try to come to some definitive answer on. Before we go any further, I'd like to show you the Flight Tray. So as pictured online, and as I saw sort of like as a demo in the store, it's a platter, it's a disc-shaped thing with 3 holes in it for the blizzard, so it creates this experience of a new sensation of a new product. I was concerned originally, are they going to slide, off? Is there a safety factor? Might they come out? Is this a stable product? Can we trust our blizzards in this product? Well, that's a question we don't need to answer, because the Flight Tray, as I received it, is nothing other than 1, 2, 3 mini blizzards in a bag. You can verify for yourself this bag is empty other than 3 spoons. And I promise to you I have no other physical apparatus that I was given for the presentation and for the safety and for the holding of these 3 blizzards. I gotta say, initially, I was kind of hopeful about this concept of a Flight Tray. I think it's interesting on a couple levels, which we'll get into, but not having received an actual tray, right off the bat, I gotta say, I'm disappointed. This is really feeling like a gimmick to me, because, again, what have I actually ordered? Well, here I think is the Butterfinger. I've ordered an M&M, and I've ordered a Reese's Blizzard. Again, these are nothing that you can't order at any time. I'm going to verify. I'm going to open up and sort of do a taste test and verify that these taste like the normal blizzards that I am used to ordering. I believe this is the Butterfinger. I'm going to give it a taste, just make sure it's normal. Woo! Yeah, I mean, all credit to Dairy Queen. It tastes amazing. I love it. It's fantastic. So, aside from the fact that I wasn't actually given any Flight Tray and it doesn't live up to the name in any way, let's talk about it as a concept and what the implications are. So, one of the things I read online right off the bat is, employees, this is going to make their lives a little more difficult. So not only is this a stress on the employees who are making perhaps close to minimum wage, a lower wage, this is a bigger stress. They have to make more items in the same amount of time. But you also have to look at it from a corporate standpoint. Is this going to slow down how much you can output in a given amount of time? Are customers suddenly going to be waiting longer? Is this going to increase customer dissatisfaction? Are people going to be tired with these wait times? That's one consideration. That's one concern with this product. Another is the price. So a mini blizzard is $2.89 where I live, and the Flight Tray is exactly $7.99. The difference between those is $1.69. So you're saving $1.69 off the price of a mini blizzard. How that compares to the large blizzards, I'm not sure. So in terms of economy, this isn't really a huge deal. So you're really buying this product not because it's a greatly cheaper option for getting your blizzard fix, You're buying it for the novelty, you're buying it for the interest. So addressing that concept by itself, this idea of being able to buy 3 different flavors of a Blizzard. Let's look at this from the perspective of an individual like myself. I personally like the idea because I get a little tired of eating just one Blizzard all the way through. Even a mini Blizzard, by the time I get to the end of it, I'm a little tired of it. I almost kind of wish, I had something else to sort of pique my interest, something to sort of, go back and forth between. So from that perspective, this is kind of an interesting and appealing product because, I could have up to 3 options that I could go back and forth between so that, by the time I start finishing these, I haven't grown tired of any of them because I'm able to alternate between differing flavors, and that's an appealing concept. So from the perspective of this being a product that you can share between 2 to 3 people or more, it's kind of an interesting concept. This might work well if you have kids and you don't want them to have really big Blizzards. You want to keep them, portion controlled. This might be a good concept for that. It's kind of cute. If you were lucky enough to actually get these Blizzards on a real flight tray, that novelty, that presentation factor might appeal to kids. It might create, a nice experience. It might create some nice family memories. It might be interesting from that perspective. But, if you're, more adults, you're going here with your friends, do you want to order 3 mini Blizzards and share them between 3 adults? I'm not sure. For me personally, would this be a gimmick in the long run? I think it might be. When I consider the extra time it's going to take to make these things, the fact that it doesn't bring any new value in terms of any new flavors, in terms of any new presentation, I certainly didn't get a flight tray. If you're lucky enough to get a flight tray, it might seem interesting for a little bit. But in terms of value, I think per volume of Blizzard, this actually still might be more expensive, if not the same price as a large or extra large Blizzard. So stepping back, taking a broader look at the picture here and thinking about the implications of this in review. Is this a gimmicky product that indicates that Dairy Queen is having trouble? They're desperate to try things to try to boost sales a little bit, trying to do anything it takes to get people in there. I don't think so, because I see my local Dairy Queens all around me, pretty busy all the time. I think they're probably doing all right. I think this is just some idea that somebody had and said, hey, let's try it. It has some value. It has some interest to it. At the end of the day, I don't think it's going to last. I'm not sure we'll see this next year. And what I'd be really curious to know is your experience. If you go order a flight tray from Dairy Queen, will you actually get them in the formal presentation as shown online in an actual tray with 3 spots for 3 Blizzards? I'd be very curious to know how often that actually happens and how often this flight tray lives up to the name.